Alright, here's our practice for our test. Let's do what's inside the parentheses first. In this case, they're absolute values. So it's 1 minus 6, which is negative 5, and the absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5. Then I must do multiplication before I do subtraction. So it's 15, and 8 minus 15, negative 7. Do what's inside the parentheses first. I'm inside the parentheses, and I see an exponent, so I do that first. So it's 5 minus 9. So 5 minus 9 is negative 4. So 10 minus a negative means you're adding. So it's 10 plus 4 is 14. Minus the 16 gives you negative 2. H of negative 1, well, this is h of x. So that means my negative 1 is my x. So I go negative 1 for my x, and my y value is negative 2. F of negative 3 means plug it in for x. So I plug negative 3 in for x, I square it, multiply it by 3, and I get 27. 2 minus 27 is 25. H of x is equal to negative 3. So that means my y value is negative 3. So I go y value negative 3, find the graph, and that's x equals 5. G of x is equal to negative 15. So plug it in for g of x, and then I just solve. Subtract 9 from both sides, divide by negative 6. For every x value, there's only one y value. For every x value, there's only one y value, so it's a function. This one's not a function, since there was two different y values for this negative 2. Domain is my possible x values. So my lowest x value gets to negative 4, but not equal to it. My largest x value goes all the way up to 4, but not equal to it. My range is my y values. My lowest y value I see is negative 2, not equal to it, so it's open circle. And my largest y value is 2, can equal to it, even though this one's open, this one's closed, so it can equal it. Smallest x value is negative 4. The largest x value just goes on forever, all the way to infinity. You can never equal infinity. And then my lowest y value is at 0, and my highest y value is at 3. Two squared, p squared, q squared, I'm just squaring it, so you square the 3, square this guy, square that guy. 9 times 4 is 36. P to the second times p to the 8th, you add the exponents. Q to the second times q to the 6th, add the exponents. Cube, and you get 8. Cube that guy, cube that guy. Still multiplied by the 3ab to the 7th. Square it, square it, square it. And then 8 over 16 is 1 over 2. And I still have the 3 on the top, so I have 3 times the 1, which is just 3. And then a to the 4th over a to the 10th. You subtract the exponents, you get a to the negative 6, which means it's in the denominator, and it changes to positive. And b to the 10th over b to the 6th is just b to the 4th. Subtract 5 from both sides, divide by negative 3, you get negative 14. Add 2x to both sides gets me an 8x. Subtract 17 from both sides and I get 0. So 8x equals 0. Divide by 8 on each side. You get x equals 0. Combine like terms. Combine like terms. I then subtracted 3x from both sides. Subtract 6 from both sides. And then divide by my 5 and I get 6 over 5. Combine like terms, and then I subtracted 3x from both sides, so 6x minus 3x is 3x. Subtract 14 from both sides, and that's how I get the negative 11. Divide, there I am. I noticed that 3 were added on. These 3 were added onto this picture. These 3 were added onto that picture. So I took these 3 off to get to that picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And it's increasing by 3 every time. So I just increase by 3 every time. It's increasing by 3 every time. And it started off with 4. Start off with 4. Start off with 4. Increasing by 3. Increasing by 3. And that's where the 3x comes from. Figure number 110. Just plug in 110 for the x. Solve. And there you go. Good luck tomorrow on the test.